In the village of Adaora, life revolved around the great river that flowed through their land. The villagers, deeply respectful of the river, celebrated it with offerings, dances, and festivals, though they were unaware of the divine beings that dwelled beneath its surface. Olamma, the goddess of the waters, and her mermaid daughters lived in the river's depths, their lives intertwined with its flow. The river was not just a source of life and prosperity, but also a mysterious entity that held secrets known only to the goddess and her daughters. Prince Obinna, the beloved heir of Adaora, often sought solace by the riverbank, escaping from the pressures of his royal duties. He cherished these moments of tranquility, finding comfort in the river's gentle murmur and the surrounding beauty. One day, as he ventured deeper into the forest to reach his favorite spot, he encountered an ethereal vision. Adaora, the mermaid daughter of Olamma, had emerged from the water to bask in the sun. Her shimmering skin, flowing dark hair, and sparkling eyes captivated the prince. Their meeting was not only magical but also filled with an unspoken connection that bridged the gap between their worlds. Adaora, though warned by her mother never to interact with humans, was irresistibly drawn to Prince Obinna. Her curiosity and the prince's charm led to a series of secret meetings by the river. They spoke of their respective worlds, sharing tales of the land above and the mysterious depths below. Adaora was fascinated by the prince's stories of human life, while Obinna was enchanted by the beauty and mystery of the underwater realm. Despite Olamma's strict warnings, Adaora's growing affection for Obinna led her to defy her mother's advice. As their bond deepened, Prince Obinna proposed marriage to Adaora, much to the surprise of the villagers. The news of their union spread like wildfire, and preparations for a grand wedding commenced. The village was abuzz with excitement, though Queen Neka, Obinna's mother, harbored reservations. A traditional woman, Queen Neka was concerned about Adaora's origins and her mysterious aura. She worried that a mermaid, despite her beauty, might not fit into the royal life of Adaora. The night before the wedding, Olamma appeared to Adaora in a dream, her voice filled with sorrow and forewarning. She expressed her concern about human love, which, although passionate, could be fleeting and unreliable. Olamma warned Adaora of the potential consequences if Obinna's love were to falter. Despite her mother's ominous warning, Adaora's heart was set on her future with the prince, and she chose to proceed with the marriage. The wedding was a splendid affair, celebrated with great pomp and ceremony. Adaora, now the princess of Adaora, tried to adjust to her new life in the palace. Initially, everything seemed perfect. However, as the years passed, cracks began to appear in their seemingly idyllic life. Adaora gave birth to daughters, but in a society that placed immense value on male heirs, this soon became a source of tension. Whispers spread through the village, and the pressure on Adaora to provide a son grew. Queen Neka's disapproval deepened, and soon, the prince himself began to show signs of discontent. His affection for Adaora waned as he felt the weight of expectations to produce a male heir. The prince's once great love for Adaora was overshadowed by the need to secure his lineage. In a desperate attempt to fulfill his duty and secure his legacy, Prince Obinna married Nkem, a woman from a neighboring village. Nkem quickly bore him a son, and Adaora was pushed aside. The once beloved princess became a shadow of her former self, her role in the palace diminished, and her daughters treated with indifference. The village, once enchanted by her beauty and grace, now turned its back on her. As time went on, Obinna married another wife, Ezen, who also gave birth to a son. With 2 male heirs now in the picture, Adaora's position in the palace became even more precarious. She faced public humiliation and personal heartbreak, her efforts to rekindle the prince's affection in vain. The prince's heart had hardened, and Adaora became a symbol of the past, overshadowed by the new sons who were destined to inherit the throne. One fateful day, after a particularly cruel dismissal from the prince, Adaora returned to the river in tears. She cried out to her mother, Olamma, who had been watching the events unfold with increasing rage. Olamma, deeply angered by the mistreatment of her daughter and the prince's betrayal, decided it was time to take action. Her vengeance, however, would not be directed at the village as a whole, but rather at the very symbols of Obinna's legacy, his sons. One by one, the sons of Nkem and Ezen fell ill under mysterious circumstances. Initially, their illnesses seemed minor, but they rapidly worsened. Despite the best efforts of healers and priests, the children's health continued to decline. The village, already on edge, was gripped by fear and despair as the once promising heirs succumbed to their afflictions. Prince Obinna, now a king, was devastated. His dreams of a lasting legacy seemed to be slipping away. He sought help from every possible source, consulting with priests, offering sacrifices, and even pleading with Adaora for forgiveness. Yet, Olamma's curse had taken hold, and nothing could reverse the course set in motion by her wrath. With all his sons gone, the kingdom faced an unprecedented crisis. For centuries, only male heirs had ruled, but now, a new path had to be forged. The village elders convened and decided that, for the first time in their history, a female would ascend to the throne. The announcement marked a profound shift in the village's traditions. Adaora's daughters, once marginalized, were now recognized as the future leaders of Amado. The village embraced a new era, one where female rulers were seen as capable and worthy of leading the land. This change not only marked the end of an old tradition but also began a new chapter where the contributions of women were celebrated and valued. The betrayal and subsequent actions of Olamma highlight the importance of love, loyalty, and respect. Through this story, we learn that the worth of a person is not determined by their gender but by their actions and the love they give. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and drop a comment below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. And of course, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss out on our future content. Your support really helps the channel grow.